on Sunday, and of course the Monday Night Football game. Let's now get to the Sunday 4 p.m. window. The 4-9 Arizona Cardinals going up against the 3-10 Denver Broncos. This game is on Fox. No spread on this one right now, simply because we have some injury questions with two quarterbacks that aren't in. This game was a 2.5-point spread in favor of Arizona on Monday night before Monday Night Football kicked off. But once Kyler Murray got hurt, Vegas did not want to put out anything on either side. Really interesting. We thought a week ago we were going to be getting Kyler Murray against Russell Wilson. Now we're getting Colt McCoy against Brett Ripien. Am I even saying that right? I don't even know if I've got. I always say Ripken because I always think of Cal Ripken, but it just speaks to how little I know about this guy. So really interesting to see what we're going to get. This is another one that we're going to kind of gloss over and go through fast. I will give some gambling trends for it. The favorite is 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The Cardinals are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 meetings, so it tells you how often they were favored. Over is 6-0 in the last 6 meetings between the two. The under is 6-2 in the Cardinals' last 8 road games, and the under is 5-1 in the Broncos' last 6 home games. Lope, we're not going to talk about gambling on this one, but simply from a fan standpoint and what it means to the NFL, what does the loss of Kyler Murray mean to the Cardinals, mean to the NFL, and mean to a Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens? The Cardinals just gave a big contract to Kyler Murray. Now, does that change how teams look at negotiating with some of these quote-unquote face-of-franchise quarterbacks like Kyler Murray?
I think it absolutely does, and that's why the Deshaun Watson fully guaranteed contract scared a lot of owners. I think that these with quarterback, they touch the ball every play, so they're always susceptible to injury. But it was tough just as a fan or a liker of the NFL anyways to watch Kyler not be able to continue and probably not be able to continue this season and go into next. The growth has been stunted this year for whatever reason, whether it's a rift with Cliff Kingsbury or not, and to now see that he's not going to. And then on the other end, Russell Wilson dealing with a concussion, and just the amount of kick him while he's down or pile on that he's going to go through all the way until next year when he's able to maybe prove something. It's tough to see these two teams and these two fan bases, but definitely as a Cardinals fan, I think your heart sank with that much money being dealt out and given to them. As for the Ravens, I think this is why they've held off on so much of Lamar Jackson, even though injuries scare him. I think the Ravens will end up having to pony up money, but it's definitely something the owners are going to look at going forward.
Dennis, with 2 backup quarterbacks in this game, maybe we feel better about Colt McCoy. Maybe that means DeAndre Hopkins is a bit of a play. To me, Hollywood Brown is an absolute sit for me. I wouldn't touch him at all, given there is no Kyler Murray in this game. How do you feel about this one? Is there anyone from a fantasy standpoint that you'd even consider?
The only thing I would say is that Arizona is terrible against tight ends. And we saw Hunter Henry, I think he had 70 yards total last night, albeit on 3 catches. So the only player that might be worth a look would be Dulcich. And I understand he's going to be going with a backup QB. But for the same reasons you mentioned earlier with Purdy and Kittle, I think the same analysis could apply for him.
Completely agree with that. Dulcich for us is a flex play this week, even despite the backup, because as we said last night in our Monday Night Football coverage, we knew how bad the Cardinals were against tight ends, and we gave out a lot of bets for Hunter Henry. Fortunately, most of them cashed. So thank you very much, Arizona Cardinals, for contributing to the Fumble Sports Fund. Appreciate all